Did you know that a forgotten chapter of African history holds a tale of tragedy, courage, and the struggle for independence that shook the world? A conflict that tore a nation apart and left millions starving, yet whose echoes still resonate in Nigeria today? It all began in 1914, when British colonizers artificially merged diverse ethnic groups into a single country called Nigeria. As the years passed, tensions simmered between the major ethnic groups: the House of Fulani in the north, the Yoruba in the southwest, and the Igbo in the southeast. Each vied for power and resources in this new, fragile nation. In 1960, Nigeria gained independence, but the cracks in its foundation were already showing. The First Republic was plagued by corruption and ethnic rivalries. Then, in 1966, everything changed. A group of young military officers, mostly Igbo, staged a coup. They hoped to end corruption, but instead ignited a powder keg of ethnic tensions. Northern officers retaliated with a counter-coup, seizing power and unleashing a wave of violence against Igbo people living in the north. Thousands were killed, and millions fled to their ancestral homeland in the southeast. It was in this atmosphere of fear and persecution that the Igbo people made a fateful decision. On May 30th, 1967, they declared independence, forming the Republic of Biafra. Nigeria refused to accept this breakaway state. What followed was a brutal civil war that would last nearly 3 years. At first, Biafran forces made swift gains, pushing into the Nigerian Midwest. But their success was short-lived. Nigeria's army was larger, better equipped, and backed by British and Soviet support, launched a massive counteroffensive. Unable to win quickly, Nigeria turned to a brutal tactic: a total blockade of Biafra. No food, no medicine, no aid. The strategy was simple and cruel. Starve Biafra into surrender. The world watched in horror as images of starving Biafran children filled television screens. International aid struggled to reach those in need, blocked by both sides for strategic reasons. As the war dragged on, Biafra's situation grew desperate. Despite the courage of its people and the ingenuity of its leaders, the small nation couldn't withstand the onslaught forever. On January 15, 1970, Biafra surrendered. The dream of independence was crushed, but the cost had been staggering. Over 1 million people had died, most from starvation. The Biafran War left deep scars on Nigeria. Even today, its legacy shapes the country's politics and the ongoing struggles for autonomy and resource control. Subscribe to Unheard Africa for more stories.